What is going on, everybody? This is Mace Valor here on Unfiltered. I want to talk about something. It has to do with Christmas, this one that just passed. I've noticed online a lot of people have been getting some pretty fucked up, pretty shitty gifts. And this one in particular that I'm going to talk about comes from Target. A family bought a PlayStation 4 Uncharted bundle for their 9-year-old. And their 9-year-old was extremely excited to play with it. And he asked his parents, like, hey, can we set it up now? They said yes. And when they took it out of the box, what they actually found was a chunk of wood with a dick drawn on it with the words, "From Cock and Balls with Love." This is pretty fucked. I don't even really know to begin with this. I mean, it's fucked up to give your child something they wanted so badly for Christmas, and then that's what it is. Now, I'm pretty sure that they bought this brand new, and I can guarantee you that if it was returned to Target, they just took it and put it back on the shelf. A lot of times when you go in a store and something has been returned, it'll have a marked down price, or it'll have some sort of indication like, hey, someone had this before, but they returned it. We're gonna knock off a couple dollars because this package has been opened. But in this instance, this did not happen. I recently had a very similar issue with the Galaxy Gear S2 Classic, which I received from Amazon, which was listed as brand new and everything, and once I received it, it was completely bricked because someone else had used it, synced it to their phones, and I was completely locked out of it and had to return it. This, on the other hand, I'm basically at a loss for words. This is completely and utterly fucked. The fact that a 9-year-old kid had to receive this as their Christmas present. Someone getting a PS4, replacing the console with just a block of wood with a dick drawn on it, and sending it back to Target so they can recoup the money. Now, Target, of course, did respond by not only replacing the PlayStation 4, but also giving a $100 gift card. Now, that's spectacular and nice, and it's really good that they did that. However, it takes away from the conversation that needs to be held. When an item is returned to a retail store, do they check it? Do the employees at the store follow any kind of policy to ensure that what is being returned is taken care of the way it's supposed to be? Now, I can understand if the guy that originally did this had returned the PS4 and was able to make it look like it had never been opened, and obviously Target themselves, well, they're not going to open it. They check the weight, it seems to be fine, and then hand the guy back his money, and that's it. His mother even stated that he's been crying and upset in the playroom all by himself, and he just wants to be alone at this point. And this event has completely ruined his belief in Santa, which is another fucked up thing. The whole Santa thing is really fucked up because a lot of these electronic gifts, a big chunk of them are going towards children that actually still believe in Santa Claus. And because of that, when they have to receive something like this, it completely blows their minds. Like, why would Santa do this? Like, that's probably the very first thing that goes through their head. Like, I got a gift from Santa, it was this PS4. Why is there a dick on it? Why is it just a block of wood? Does Santa hate me? Was I naughty this year? Is this his way of fucking with me? You know what? There is no Santa Claus because the Santa Claus that I grew up knowing wouldn't do this to me. So then you take a moment that's supposed to be a child realizing the world is what it is, and it's not this whole rose-colored magic glasses crap, and realizing like, hey, that's just a story that we're told when we're kids. That's completely stripped away from him, and then he has to learn the truth, like, well, mommy and daddy go to the store and buy it. Because why else would mommy and daddy be taking this PS4 to Target and complaining to Target about this horrific event taking place? Now, I could be as mad at the original guy that did this to begin with, but at the end of the day, the blame has to go back on Target because them taking back in this merchandise, they have to assess somehow that it is what it is. And I don't want to hear like, oh, it's probably some sort of manufacturing BS. If there's this manufacturing BS, maybe there's a PS4 that was sent out that didn't have the housing on properly, or maybe there was a USB port that wasn't installed on it or some shit, and it just so happened to get past quality control. I can understand if the manufacturer were to blame, but the fact that this is a clear case of someone buying a PS4, taking the console out, and replacing it with just rubbish so that they can recoup their money and essentially have a free PlayStation 4. There's shady people no matter where you go, no matter what you do, they're gonna try to recoup what they can if possible. And by returning a sealed PS4 and knowing that Target's not going to try and open it, well, that's their way of getting free shit, which is fucked up in and of itself. But then Target, on the other hand, I know that their hands are tied with something like this, but the fact that it was a returned item put back on the shelf as brand new and then sold to the consumer, right there, case in point, it should have been noted on the PS4, hey, this is used, someone returned it, we're going to knock off $20 to $30, which is typically what they do with returned electronic merchandise, unopened opened or otherwise. Anyway, that's enough of my spiel. What about you guys? Did you guys experience any kind of craziness this Christmas holiday? Did you guys receive anything that was not what you initially expected? Leave your comments in the comment section down below. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you in the next. This is Mace Valor signing off.